Hello, Karen Wolf here in the Art Studio. I am a painter and I teach you how to paint and become a better painter in an easy to follow step-by-step process so that you can become a more confident painter and be proud of your art. This evening, I have no idea what we're going to paint on here, but we're going to paint something. I have an idea of what we're going to paint, but not quite sure. How, we just kind of wing it, right? No, it's funner that way. It's more fun to create. Is funner a word? It's more fun to create while I go when I'm on here than it is to have something prepared ahead of time. I do have a couple paintings here over to the side. No, we're not going to paint that bird. This and this I have. We're not going to paint the bird, so don't get excited about that. So it's going to be daisies or those flowers there. I just have that there for reference for myself. So there we go. All right. Enough of that. Okay, so y'all say hey when you jump on here so I can see who's on here and let me know. Just say hi, where you're from. That's fun because I've got a map and I'm going to start keeping track of how far my reach goes. I am doing that. That's fun. I got my little map out here. I've been so busy this week I haven't had time, but I do have a map here of the United States and Canada, which I have had Canada on here. And my service seems to be good, but my iPad just seems to be not liking me for some reason. I can't get it to acknowledge my fingertip. So I'm going to have to take that password off of there. It just keeps, I don't know what it's doing. So I can see there's people on here, but I can't see who because on my, looks like Nancy's on here. I guess I can see if I push that thing over. But that stars thing is in my way. There's Valerie. Hey, Valerie, you need to join the Facebook group, girl. I sent you that request and it hasn't gone through yet. The All Access Membership Facebook group, it's different than this. It's not this Facebook page, but the that link that I sent you, Valerie, just touch the link when it says join or request to join. Touch that, and then it'll pop up something and it'll say put your email address in, answer a couple questions, and then I get a request for you to join, and then I accept it. So do that. Hey, Nancy's from Michigan. Yay. I'm trying to get you guys on here. Thank you all so much for jumping on this evening. I have been on here all week, and I'm sure you guys are just about sick and tired of me by now. I hope not, though. Where's Facebook? I hope not. I hope you guys enjoy painting with me. I hope you enjoy painting as much as I do. I'm pretty much obsessed with painting, so I hope you guys are too. So I'm just trying to get my Facebook page up here so I can see comments on my iPad. You didn't, but you'll go back now and do it. You don't have to do it right now. No. Just sometime before Monday, preferably. It's, when you get off of here, is good. But the thing of it is, and I'll keep reminding you if you don't, the thing of it is if, you're not in the Facebook page, or the Facebook group, the All Access Membership Facebook group, that's where a lot of the action takes place for the All Access Membership. So you need to be in there too. Not only do you log into the website and you have access to the website where all the tutorials are, all of them, over 70, and then you get your template and your supply list. All that's there where you go into Art by Karen Wolf and you log in under your login. Since you're of an all access membership level, you get in there and you'll have access to all that. If you have any questions, give me a shout. You have my text number. Thank you for that. And then, yes, I'm on YouTube also. Yes, I am. Hello, Jane. I had to get out my my specs and see. That's so tiny. Yes, I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, Pinterest, and Instagram. So if that's not a bunch, but yes, I am everywhere. I'm Art by Karen Wolf. That's what I am. So, but anyhow, you get your all access membership. You get into the website, but Valerie, you also need to get into that Facebook group, all access membership private Facebook group, so that you can get a hold of all the goodies inside of there. And there's lots of goodies, let me tell you. You were looking for me there? Yes, I am on YouTube. What we're going to do this evening, like I said, is on canvas, I think. I don't know. I kept trying to decide what to do, and I didn't know what to do. And I like to paint and talk to you guys. I'm on here chit-chatting with you guys about the All Access membership this week. And it's more fun if I'm painting and talking instead of just talking. So that's what we're doing this evening. I do have those two paintings there in the background. Those are going to be all access membership paintings there. So you will have access to those in the all access membership. That's what that is. And then we're just going to kind of do a little version of it. If I can get that on there. But like I said, we're not going to do the bird. I may just do the field of daisies and put some of those purple flowers in it is what I think I'm going to do. So, who all's on here? Who all's in the house? Yeah, we got Valerie, Regina. I don't know that I'm going to be able to call you Roggy, but I will. Back doing bad. What does that mean? Okay, looking for my paintbrush. Where's my brush? Okay, so we just use a few paintbrushes. We don't get fancy on here. We just paint and have a big time. And I show you how to paint, become a better painter. And like I said, this is just a bite of a little bite of pizza or a little bite of cheeseburger compared to what you get inside of the All Access membership. So if you're ready for that smorgasbord of painting tutorials and information and guides, instructional videos, me and the group, all the members in the group, to take you from where you are now to where you want to be. Hold back on your brush halfway, or at least halfway or 3/4 of the way back. Takes you from where you want to be, or where you are now, to where you want to be. Don't forget to paint your sides. I've been kind of neglecting telling you guys that this week. To take you where you want to be in your painting journey. We're all at different places in our painting journey. We all are. Where are you in your painting journey? Let's start with that. That's a good one. Are you in the beginning? Are you I don't paint, but I would love to learn how to paint? Are you a beginner painter? You've been painting, but you're, I'm just using blue, and I got a little bit of sienna on that. You're in the beginning of your painting world, just X's, 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 X's. And you are trying to figure out how to paint. You're confused about the supplies. You don't know what to get. You don't know. Oh, thank you, Violet. The All Access membership is the best, she said. I think so. Crystal's on here. Hello, hello. Heather, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Yeah, the All Access membership is great. I do agree. Get those brush marks out. Just take your brush, if you've got enough paint on there. You can just take your brush and lightly get those off. But you have to have enough paint on there first. So what we're doing is we're just getting that <clears throat> 'em. 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 ' just a background in. Of blue and white. You can gray it a little bit. You can add a little bit of purple if you have a little bit of purple. I'm just cleaning my plates up here. I've been doing that this week. Oh, I got into a little bit too much blue. I've been cleaning up my plates here a little bit this week. So you want to keep it a little bit darker on the outside edge. And then as you go in, just add a little bit more white. See there, I just added a little bit of purple. That makes it pretty. Especially if we add those purple flowers. Now, I'm not adding a lot of purple because, as I've told you before, purple is a weird, it's just a weird thing. Purple is very, very strong. If you add too much of it to a color, it takes over. Like if you're trying to darken your green and you get too much in it, I'm going to have to go over that again because I'm using this transparent blue. You wish you could do the membership, doing major home remodel, nowhere to paint currently, painting, walls and ceiling grid, and your basement doesn't count. Does that count? Painting, walls, and ceiling grid. Oh, does that count for painting? Oh, that's funny, Crystal. Yeah, that's fine. If you can't join now, it'll close on Friday. Is the membership closes at midnight on Friday. But if this is not a good time for you and you can't do it, well, certainly yes. You don't want to join something if you don't have time for it. You know, I'm sure if you make time, you'll find time. That's the way it is most of the time. But I can understand you're very busy. But it will open back up. It closes on Friday, and it will not open back up until September. So if you want to wait until September, what am I standing here looking for? The hairdryer. If you want to wait till September, let's just paint the bottom end first. You can do that, and I didn't have to rinse that brush. Just know that it closes on Friday at midnight and it doesn't open again until September. So, that's all there is with that. But yeah, shoot, yeah, you, remodeling a house takes a lot of stuff. Lots and lots of stuff. I may have enough on there, but I don't know. So I'm just going to go, I was going to go up with my grass, but I'm not going to do that yet because I'm going to paint up there. I'm just getting some coverage in here, getting some paint on. All of these are very transparent because they're not my Liquitex basic colors. The top was blue and white, and the bottom is green and a little bit of blue. Hooker's green and ultramarine blue, and the top is ultramarine blue and white. Don't forget to paint your sides. And that's just if you're not going to frame your painting. You can just hang it on the wall the way that it is, and it makes it more of a finished painting. So there. All right. I don't want to bother you with this right now, but it won't go through unless... No. You're not paying for anything. Yeah, you have already joined the membership, Valerie. I'm talking about the, did I send you the wrong link? I'm talking about the Facebook, joining the Facebook page. Yeah. So I'll send you that link once we get off of here. Because I can't find it right now quickly. But Valerie, it's the Facebook group. It's not joining the website because you're already on there. So that's weird. I know I sent that to somebody, but I don't have anything that I need on my iPad, which I never do. It's all on my phone. So I need to download the community app on my iPad so I can text you guys from my iPad. Speaking of which, that community text, you guys need to jump on that bandwagon. I'm telling you the truth. That is the most convenient way for me to communicate with you guys. If I get on there and text, I can text you guys in a just really quick. And it takes me forever to like get into email, send an email, answer an email. I get text messages quickly and I see them fast. So if you want to be able to communicate with me and me to communicate with you very quickly, I know several of you guys that are on here are doing this, and thank you very much for that. And Valerie, you are one of those, and I will text you here as soon as I'm finished with this to make sure you have the right link. But if you text Let's Paint to me at 304-245-9690, and you, I don't know, I think you have to answer a question or something and then put your name in. And that's a direct text to me, back and forth. We can text each other. So that's Let's Paint to 304-245-9690. That is the greatest thing on the planet. I love that. Love that. You did get that one. You go into the site and look for it. Yeah, I thought I sent that to you on the community text the other day, but Valerie, sometimes I do things like weird, and I could have picked up the all access join membership link instead of the group, Facebook group. I could have done that. So I'm not saying I didn't, because sometimes I do weird things. So, but we'll take care of that here after I get off here. That'll be fine. It's no rush at all. So you just enjoy the painting this evening here. Just kick back and relax. I hope you're feeling better and over your cold. Yes, I love the texting. Love it, Heather. Love it. Oh my goodness. It is like so awesome. So awesome. Tammy says hello from West Virginia. Don't you all forget to say where you're from when you jump on here and say hi. Love that, so that I can see that you're on here. When you just jump on the video and you watch it, I do that too, and I need to stop doing that. I'll watch somebody, one of my regular Facebook video people, get on there and I'm watching them, and then I see other people commenting and putting in replay when they're watching the replay, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I've been just mesmerized sitting here watching this and I haven't said a thing. And it's very helpful to the person's page that you're watching if you do that, for one thing. We do appreciate it greatly, because the more you do that, I'm just doing blue and white here. I'm just getting it a little bit darker on the outside edge. The more that you do that, the more our friend FB, the book face, the more they send our stuff out. So, yeah, there's certain things we're not supposed to say when we're on here too, so the algorithm gets all wonky on us. But it really helps our reach. I'm not supposed to say that. And our, the E word, and it helps to get it out there. That's a reason why. But also, it helps us to be able to see who's on our page, who's watching our videos. Because if you don't interact when you're on here, and then you get off, and I don't see, like say you're watching it on the replay, and you get on and you watch it, and then you get off and you're done, I don't know that you've even watched it. Unless you say something. Unless you say, hi, replay. So, yeah. And I do the same thing. I just sit there watching, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, shoot, I need to say something here. But it's all good. It's all good. Heather from Oklahoma, Crystal from Ripley, West Virginia, Violet from West Virginia. See, I've got a lot of local people in here. Lots of locals, but I also have venturing out. See, we reached out as far as Oklahoma. And there was another one up above here. New Jersey, Ohio, Michigan. Is that not like awesome? I was telling my husband that the other evening and he couldn't believe it. He was like, what? Yeah. That's just amazing. Here I am standing downstairs here in my art studio at home. I'm in actually Given, West Virginia, Given, West Virginia. And here I am painting with you guys, and you're clear all over the place. Isn't that awesome? Technology, especially when our internet and our cell service works. Oh, shoot. And I've had a time with it this week, adding a little bit of purple, taking just a smidge of purple. Not even much, just a breath of purple. Just putting that in there, lightly coming across with that. Just a light purple, cloudy, purple, blue, cloudy. There we go. And then we're going to come down. And, oh, thank you. Yes, it is, Tammy. It is fantastic that we're reaching out to all these people. It is. I just think it's amazing, to tell you the truth. I just, used to be, wasn't that way. We couldn't do these sort of things before all of the technology come into play. And actually, I wasn't even doing Facebook Live until, COVID hit. So, this is all amazing and new to me. Okay, so I'm down here and I'm putting in some blue and green. And I think I want to add a little bit of purple to that. I've got just a little pile of dirty purple. See the paint that I'm using? It's really sad. Okay, let's go over some of the paint information so you guys know. Some of you that might be new on here to me. So, I'd asked a question earlier about what stage of painting you were in. Did I get some answers here? I asked a question, I don't even look. Back doing bad. That's what you were talking about, Miss Roggy. You said back doing bad. You are not doing bad. She's back to painting again, I think is what she's talking about. She is not a bad painter. She is a great painter. Don't want to be bothered. Crystal, Heather said she set up a TV tray on your easel and you keep your paint in a caddy on the end of the table. Well, yeah, there you go. You don't need a whole art studio to paint in. No, you don't. And you can set your stuff up. Thank you, Heather, for that. That's quite inspirational and some great info. Yes. Yeah, you don't need to have a lot of room. I used to paint on the kitchen table myself. So I'm just adding some dark greens around the corner here. And then I'm going to take green and yellow and put it in the center to lighten that up. So yeah, you can use, definitely use just a table, kitchen table, or a TV cart, or something like that. Something just with the room for your easel, and have your paint there handy. Yeah. Great idea. Yes. Perfect. All right, let's see. Love the texting. Yes, me too. Love the texting, Tammy says. All right, so I think I'm all through there. Okay. Tammy says she's a painter in progress. You are a great painter. She's in All Access, and she is really doing great. Violet's in there and making headway by leaps and bounds. Both of them are. Tammy has a craft room office, but still uses the kitchen table. And yes, we all are, Tammy. Or Heather says, we all are, Tammy. That's true. Always room to learn. Yeah, when you stop learning, then that's not a good thing. We got to keep going with it, guys. We've got to keep going with it. Okay, so here I'm going to try and mix, hopefully, that up into the blue. And hopefully it has not dried yet. If it has, I'm going to go over here and 1/2-inch flat time. That thing is so big. I'll rinse some of that out. But I'm going to go up a little bit higher with my green, I think. Yeah. There we go. I'll go up a little bit higher with that. Green, dark green just around here. Go up lighter green. And then I'm going to lighten it up at the top. There. And actually, the way I'm going with this, I'm probably going to end up painting it a good bit like that one. Okay, so I've got that there. Just getting some light greens and some dark greens in this center. Green and yellow and a little bit of white at the top for my green, light green. Then my dark greens were green and brown, or not brown, green and purple and a little bit of blue. Yes, we all have to continue to just keep learning and just watching, as many, watch a lot of painting videos, and hopefully you watch me. No. Yes, that's what I want you to do. I want you to watch me. Painting videos, read, watch, learn, everything. Practice, practice, practice. Learn, implement, and just keep practicing. That is how you'll become a better painter. So, just pulling some of those grasses up. I'm going to switch to my 1/2-inch flat because this one I do not like painting grasses with the big dog. I like to switch to the 1/2-inch flat. I have better luck with it. But the paint that I'm using, as I started to say before I went back to check and see if I'd missed anything, I asked a question and then I didn't look at the answers. The paint that we're using is acrylic. It's acrylic paint, and for the most part, I use the Liquitex Basics brand acrylic paint. This is the brand that I use, but when I run out of something, which I've been out of blue, ultramarine blue for some time, and I keep using the Chromacryl, which, oh, don't spill. Or this is acrylic, yeah, Chromacryl Acrylic Essentials. This is what I used over at the art studio when I had it in town, and I have some left, so I'm using that up. And then I also had some of the Blick Acrylic paint, another brand, which that is way student grade. Ooh, these are all student grade paints. There's different grades of student grade paint, so these I like, the Liquitex Basics I like. They have other brands. I think several of you guys have mentioned different brands that you use that you like. You can use whatever you want. You don't have to use the paint that I use. I just tell you what I use in case you want to use what I use. Sometimes it's easier if you don't know what to use. I'm going to have to get a different brush. That one's ruined. I'm hard on my 1/2-inch flats. This one looks like it's okay. This one needs to like go away. I keep picking that up. But the you can use whatever paint that you choose to paint with. But if you if you have something at home and you've got paint already, did I move you all in? And you got paint already, use it. You don't have to go out and buy paint. You can use what you've got. And then once you get to the point where you're, I'm just pulling up grass. Once you get to the point where you are painting and you know what you like and whether you like that or not, and you want to try something different, feel free. But you don't have to go out and buy a bunch of paints at first if you've already got paint. Use what you got. You can even use the little craft paints. Did I show you that? Sometimes I do things and I forget what I've said. It's hard to keep your train of thought whenever you're painting on here. I can't walk, talk, and chew gum at the same time. Y'all ever hear that expression? That's me. I'm quite squirrel. Speaking of squirrel, my ankle's doing somewhat better. Or I fell because I was looking at the dumb squirrels. My ankle's doing some better. So I'm just pulling this grass up here. Just getting some grass. And I went up a little bit higher than I did on that one over there. But that's okay. That's okay. So I'm just getting some grass in. Then I want to put some flowers in. I'm going to do some of those, I think some of those little, ones, and I'm going to do some little daisy ones, I think. You use a combination of craft paint and Liquitex. I used craft paint when I first started. I had a bazillion of these, because I thought I had to have every color in the rainbow. And I don't use this for anything other than when the kids come over or Jennifer needs it for something. This is just to show you guys. This is for show. I used to use the craft paints. I had tons of them because I had them from where I painted slates. And then when I started painting, I quit painting on the slates as much and I started painting on canvas. I switched over to the Liquitex Basics. So I just kind of gradually switched over. So I did that too, Tammy. Some craft paint and some Liquitex Basics. And then over time, I had all Liquitex and the heavy body for my commission paintings. And the ones that I did for people when they wanted me to paint something for them, excuse me, I used those. And then for my just fun, I used the Liquitex Basics. And I used that for a long time. And then even for my painting parties, I used those. The Liquitex Basics. And then I realized that was quite expensive. And I changed that up real quick. So here I'm going to take some yellow and some sienna. Yellow and sienna. And find me a clean spot on my plate. To some of you, this dirty palette probably is a nightmare. You think this is bad, but it's really kind of nice because you can really see what your color is before you put it on your canvas, because you don't have it up against the white. You have it up against other colors and you can see it better. So if I'm just going to put some daisy centers on here because I like to put my centers in first, and then I paint my flowers around them. I'm not going to paint as many flowers that's in that painting that I'm looking at over there, I don't think. But yeah, you can just use whatever you've got. Because you don't want to go out and spend a whole bunch of money to start with and get like sticker shock. But you can get the paint that, if you want to paint with me, you can, I think I used 10 colors total, but you don't even have to get all 10. You can Yeah, you use the Master's Touch. I can never think of the name of that, Heather. I'm going to have to write that down. Heather uses the Liquitex Heavy Body and the Master's Touch. Of course, you do a lot of commissions, right, Heather? Heather paints professionally and sells her art. Tammy, you sell some of your art too? As you start selling your art, you'll move more towards the more professional grade paints. Once, you have done that for a while, that's usually how that goes. But painting with what you're doing is perfectly fine. So I'm just going to put a little bit lighter touch on this side. I used sienna and yellow for the center. Then I'm just going to go in and touch some light in on this side, which my light I always have coming from this way, but there it looks like it's more coming from the back. And this may or may not turn out to be a good painting, who knows. Yes, Tammy sold some, and yes, Heather does commissions, absolutely, and that's the way to do it. If that's how you want to paint, painting for people and selling your art is a good thing. So we're just going to go in taking a gray color, making it from sienna, blue, and white, makes a gray color. So for daisies, and I got a little bit of the center color on there. For daisies, you just go in and put in a gray first. And I need to dry those because I'm not wanting to touch them because they're wet. I'm going to dry them a little bit. Because if I don't touch them, then I'm going to have a space there. Yeah, painting and doing commissions is fun. And it's very... It's rewarding, very rewarding. It can be a little intimidating sometimes if somebody asks you to paint something and you're like, holy cow, wonder if I can paint that. And you tell them, yes, you will. And then you do it. And it turns out great, I'm sure. Sometimes when you do that, if someone commissions you to paint something and asks you to paint something that they want you to paint, is a whole lot different than if you paint a painting and then sell it. When someone commissions you to paint a painting, that's a whole different thing. Because sometimes you like them, sometimes you like the paintings, and sometimes you don't. You're like, you want me to paint what? Have y'all had that yet? But it's fun. It is. And it is very rewarding to paint in any shape or form. To paint for yourself, to paint to sell, to paint to teach. It's all fun. It's all fun. All right. There's many different ways to make daisies. I'm just putting in most of these with the center, some of those were down, those are out. I am going to make some just up, like the petals just kind of up, and then the stem kind of coming down, like these petals just kind of go into the side. Some of them kind of hang down. That sort of way. It's good for your flowers to touch. When I started the All Access membership, when COVID hit, it wasn't something that I ever thought that I would do in my whole life. Teaching painting parties in the studio wasn't something that I thought I would ever do in my whole life. This is a gray color. This will dry 2 to 3 shades darker. So remember that. But I never thought I would teach painting in a million years. And a friend of mine asked me to do a painting party in her garage workshop and woodworking shop, which was supposed to be just a one-time thing. And it ended up being something that turned into 2 years, I think. Then other people wanted to come, so I taught at the Liberty Lions Club to find a place. Out here in Kenna, I found a place. And then I opened my art studio in Fairplain, near Ripley. And I was over there for October 2019, wasn't it? Yeah, October 2019. And then COVID hit in March of 2020. So, yeah, that was quite an experience. We were painting and having a big time and enjoying ourselves and not a care in the world. And painting parties were, maxed out with waiting lists, and people were just loving it because there really wasn't a whole lot to do in town. This brush is a stand-in. It's my replacement for my number 4 round. I usually use a number 4 round Simply Simmons brush, and it is wore plumb out. So this I had in my stash. I don't even know what it is. I think it's Royal and Langnickel that I got at Michael's, and it's okay. It's not the best, but it's not a bad brush. But that's what it's a number 4 round. And this is a 11 by 14 canvas. And hello, Carolyn. Welcome, darling. All right. Then we're going to go, let's see, do a little bit. We got a couple of these going down, one going up here. One going over there. We'll do, just want to get some of them going different directions. I don't want them all going the same, doing the same thing. Okay. All right. And then I can do some more down in here a little bit. Just get some more going down here some, I think. Just so it's not empty down in this little area. Okay, then I want to do some of those purple. I love those little I keep called it cauliflower, clover flowers. They're not cauliflower, they're clover flowers. I need to get a little bit more purple on here. So, I haven't used the Master's Touch yet, Heather. I did order some sample Master's Touch canvas just to see how they worked. Because you talked about that canvas. I thought, don't you use some Master's Touch canvas also, Heather? We're going to do a little bit of purple and a little bit of red. Just a little bit of purple and a little bit of red. And that might have some white in it just from where it was on there. And I'm going to do some of these little, I'll have to do some more darker purple than that. And I'm not planning this out at all. I'm just painting. So if this doesn't turn out so great, it's okay. I've painted bad paintings before. You know what you do with a bad painting, don't you? You either leave it set for a while, walk away, leave it, come back to it, see if you still think it's bad. And if you think it's bad, still think it's bad, you can work on it to fix it. Or, I got into some brown. Or if you just hate it completely, you can paint over it. So, there's no shame in that, for sure. I've done that. Sometimes you just work and work and work on something and it just won't go. And then all of a sudden, I wanted that one to be the other way, but I think I changed my mind. And then I'm going to have this one maybe. Well, I should have had it go the other way. That's okay. I don't care. Okay, so we've got some of those. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit more purple, a little bit of pink, a little bit of purple, a little bit of white, more purple for this other side. And I'm just doing this from this painting over here. I'm not using a reference photo. A lot of times I like to use a reference photo so I know I get it right. But in this case, we're just going to say we know that that's what that kind of flower is. Right? You do use the Master's Touch canvas. I thought you said you did. You love them. Yes, I ordered some to see if I like them. The boards come with a place on the back where you can sign, date, add a title to it. Huh, who knew? They were on sale at Hobby Lobby, so I just thought I'd try it. Normally what I use is, I used to use Michaels, but I got to the point where the Michaels canvas, and I do recommend them in my tutorials when you get the template, or not the template, the supplies list, but I'm getting ready to change all that, because, and I'm just adding white to this to lighten it, because they have been so rough, the Michaels canvas, the Artist Loft, they've just have such a tooth that sometimes you just can't get the paint down in there. And it's frustrating. Okay, so there I just took purple, a little bit of red and purple, and painted in those flowers. Add a little bit of white to it to opaque it a little bit, I believe. And then I added more white to get the light side. But as you can see, you still have dark. It just darkens as it dries. Just darkens as it dries. So there. All right. But in the All Access membership and the tutorials that you purchase online, like I said, the supplies list that you receive with your painting tutorial and your video and your template, or you get a video, a template, a supplies list, and a reference photo. I had the Michaels canvas says now I don't have I'm not an affiliate program with them, but I recommended them on there. But then, like I said, I just kept getting that rough tooth, so I've decided I'm going to switch that out. But I do like the Simply Simmons brushes. They're very durable. They're great for coverage, and just the way they handle, the weight of them. They're so, they're just a great brush. You don't have to spend a ton of money on brushes. Let's see. But I do have a supplies guide if anybody's interested in that. It's a free download for a guide to supplies. I'm just taking this gray color that I made those flowers with, and I'm adding more white to it if I can find some white to lighten up those daisies a little bit. If you need a guide to the supplies, just in the comments, type in supplies, or you can text the word supplies to that 304-245-9690. If you text 304-245-9690, if you want to send the word supplies, text the word supplies to that, I would be glad to send that download for the supply guide to you. So here I'm just putting in a lighter white, not on all of the petals of those flowers. It is a grayed color because I took the gray that I had on my brush. I'm not going over every single thing. You paint in gray first. That could have been a little bit more gray. But you paint in gray first. Anything that's white, you paint it gray first. And then you go in and you paint, the white, lighter gray on top of it. And then you can highlight it with white. But you don't have to paint every single petal. So, isn't that cool how that does that? So everything that's white is gray first. And then you go back in and you paint the highlight in on top of that gray, which the gray part is the shadow. So you don't want to cover up all of the shadow. So you leave what would be in shadow, you leave it gray. And don't try to paint them every single one just as perfect as can be, because that will make your painting just boring if you try to be too exact, I think. You desperately need new brushes. Yeah, I went over to Michael's today to get gift cards for those who participated in the workshop that won the gift cards. So you guys will be getting those in the mail soon. I finally got over there and got those today. So I'll be putting those in the mail. Yay to everybody who participated, and yay to everybody that won gift certificate. Gift certificate, I keep saying that. It's a gift card, Karen. It's a gift card. So here I'm just lighting these up a little bit. Lighten these up just a little bit. Really didn't want it to be that white, but hey, we'll take it. Alright, so you've got that. Then I'm going to do some of the green, purple, green and purple. I'm just darkening my purple a little bit. You plan on using that for brushes? Oh, that's awesome. Yay. Yes. Oh, well, need to probably switch my brush to a liner for my stems. So I got this on here and I want to correct it. So I just wet my 1/2 inch flat and I cleaned that with dried it with a paper towel and then cleaned that off. So that's how you fix those little tricks. So here we go again. We'll start all over. To do the backs of the ones that have the little doodads, you just put green down in the back of it. I do green and purple. Just get that little thing like it has there. Little doodads on the back. There. See, you have to have some of those. You got to break it up a little bit. Make it so it's not all just daisies smiling. Smiling daisies. Okay, so we got that. Then if you have these down here in the bottom that are in the dark, you can add a little bit of light to those and they'll show up a little bit better. Then we're going to take the liner brush and, hey Kathy Lyons Murray, welcome. I always see that, Kathy Lyons Murray, and I always want to call you Kathy Lyons. But I know, I think I did that on something. And I always want to call Heather Safari. It's because I can't see very well. That's why. I don't mean it for meanness. I'm not meaning it to be bad. Okay, so then we're going to take this liner brush. Ooh. Gosh, fly came flying at me, or a ladybug or something. I think it's a ladybug. And then we're going to put in our stems. Okay, so you don't have to put every single thing. You want to put them in there, but don't make them all go the same direction. Don't try to be so like a line all the way down. You know, real perfect line. Don't do that. Just want to get the stems in and try not to connect them like I did right there. You just get an indication of a stem going and you're good. And then these, all that I wanted to do that way. I wanted that one to be bent over. Okay, and these have little leaf things that coming out underneath of them, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. And then these will have leaves. So, are y'all liking this one so far? This is a little bit different. Everyone calls us Safari. That's funny. It's Sarfi. Is it Sarfi? Sarfi or Sarfi? That's how I know someone is a telemarketer when they ask for Mr. or Mrs. Safari. That's funny. Oh, shoot. Well, the only way you'll know if it's me calling is if I say, can I speak with Heather Safari? Oh, shoot. I don't mean to do it. It just, I don't know why. I guess once I get something in my head, though, oh my gosh, guys, it's just, I just can't quit. It's like when we in the art studio and we would be painting those gnomes. I would call them trolls. I couldn't get that out of my head. If I get painting something and I call it something, I just can't get it out of my head. So then I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to that green. Lighten that green a little bit, and we're going to just do some lighter greens in there. Some different color greens. Some grasses. Forgot that one. All right, and I can't see from up here what's going on in this world. So step back and look at your paintings from a distance, guys. The average viewing distance is, 4 or 5 feet back, even 6 feet if you want. Get back and look at your painting. Step back, as far as you are tall would be a good thing. a good gauge. 5 foot tall, step back 5 feet. And then you'll be able to see your painting better. You'll be able to see, you know, your composition. You can see it, where you're right, where you're wrong, what needs to be changed, what, you know, where you're too dark, where you're too light, where your shapes are off, where you need something else. And a camera. If you look at your painting through your lens of your phone, or take a picture of what you're painting, you can see immediately where you're off. Oh, Valerie, thank you so much. She said she hoped one day she'd be as good as me. Oh, my lands, thank you, thank you. You will be. You will be. I'm telling you, girl, I've been painting for 22 years now, and I love it. I have practiced my heart out. And the thing that has made me the first thing that made me a better painter, for one, is you paint and then you practice and you just keep practicing. Well, then, the thing that made me a better painter was I participated in, I'll never forget this as long as I live, of course I won't, I participated in a painting challenge where I painted 30 paintings in 30 days. And you talk about, whew, that was something. Wow. It taught me how to paint fast, for one thing. And it made me a better painter, because I guess because I had to paint, 30 paintings in 30 days, and it taught me how to paint fast, and it taught me how to be more loose and free with my painting, not be so stiff. Yeah, so that was a game changer. And then the next game changer was teaching the painting parties. I took painting lessons just for a short time. Wished I could have took them forever, and I wished I would still be able to take them. From Arthur Evans over in Charleston. He's a really, really talented portrait artist. He's awesome. And I took lessons from him for just a short time, and then I had to quit because I didn't have time, because I was teaching the painting parties. But it was so funny. When I took lessons from him for that short time, he said, I wanted to take private lessons from him. And he said, you don't need to take private lessons. He said, you just need to teach art. And I wasn't saying that to brag or anything. I'm just telling the story. And I was like, what? You're crazy. No, I don't want to teach art. I would never do that in a million years. I just want to learn how to paint. And be a better painter. I have no desire to do that. You have no idea who you're talking to here. It took me, you don't know how much courage I had to muster just to go in there and take those lessons from him. I almost didn't do it. So if you are hesitating to join the All Access membership because you're afraid and you don't think you can do it, and you don't want to try because you're afraid, I'm telling you what, you get your big girl panties on, and you just jump in and do it, because if I can do it, you can do it. And don't you forget it, because I was a nobody. No way I couldn't. I would not be where I'm at today had I not just jumped in and did it. I just did it because I wanted it. It was in my heart. It was in my heart, guys. It comes from the heart. If it comes from your heart, it'll come out, and it'll be beautiful. It will. And if God gives you the urge and the want and the talent and the ability, do it. Because that's another thing. You know, I think sometimes I've been so blessed that God has given me this gift. And he'll give it to you. He gives it to a lot of people. And if you don't have it yet, if you think you don't have it yet, it's probably in there and it just hasn't come out yet. But if he gives it to you, use it. Use it, use it, use it. I'm so thankful. I love it. It's like no other. Do y'all have that? And I was telling you guys the other day too, the down deep in your heart and soul painting. You ever done that? I'm just doing light yellow and white to lighten those up again. That acrylic just dries darker and it just gets rid of all my beautiful brights. If you want to make a light, hey Trish, welcome. Heather says, ooh, I cannot do portraits. I will leave that to you. Oh, shoot, that's funny. You can too. You just have to do it. If you want to make a really bright white, if you've got a white and you're trying to get a really bright white, I need some yellow. Take white, this little trick. Take white and add just a breath of yellow. Not even enough yellow that you can even tell that there's yellow in it. Like you'll take this white, clean white, and find a clean place on your plate. The reason I use a foam plate is because my paint doesn't dry. See, and that's too much right there. That's too much. So you just want to use enough yellow. Oops. That you can just not see the yellow, but there's yellow in there. Okay, see that? That just looks like white, right? If you take that and you pop that in, look at there. And all I did was took a little bit of yellow. Y'all see that? Can you see that? Can we say it again? Can you see that? Oh, shoot. See how bright that is? See how pretty that is? That just pops that out like so pretty. Just really pretty. Just really pretty. It just pops a white that you just can't get. You don't want to go around every single one. Don't go around every single petal. Leave some of them in shadow. I love that little trick. Okay, so now we're going to go. We've got that. We're going to do some little filler flowers, and I think we may call that one done. If not, we'll work on it a little bit maybe tomorrow. If not, I would, and I'm hoping to show you guys inside of my inside of the membership tomorrow. I've let that brush sit there and it's dried all hard on me. If I can, if I can get everything to work. I don't know if I can or not. I'm just pounding this brush to get the bristles all spread out a little bit on it. I'm going to make some little filler flowers on here. I'm going to go orange, I think, and white. And if your paint gets dry, and you do need a little moist. Now, this paint's been on this plate for a week or longer. Probably 2 weeks. I throw nothing away. Anybody else? I'm probably like a borderline hoarder, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to, I think I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in there, too, if I can find that yellow that I just had. Yellow. I think I'm going to put a little bit more white. Kind of like a peachy yellow color. and just put some little, where's my paper towel? Put some filler flowers in there. And I'm going to dab it on my paper towel. Get a little bit more yellow, a little bit more pink, a little bit more white. Okay. Excuse me. Got a little bit too much. And I'm just going to barely touch, just barely, just in and throughout here. I'm just going to put some little tiny indications of some little peach flowers in there, just in the background, just some. And I'm just turning my brush to get some of the other color off of it. And then I'm going to get some more white. And I'm just barely touching. I'm not pushing hard at all. I'm just barely touching. Okay. So that's pretty good. Think about that. All right. And you can do some other colors of flowers if you want. You could do some red ones or whatever, yellow ones. These are just little wildflowers, you know how they do. And then you can also do the, where you flip the paint on. That's a good little trick, that you do the flip the paint. Toothbrush, I'm looking for a toothbrush. There it is. You can take a little bit of, say, yellow or white, something like that. Some orange. Got a lot of orange over there. Use orange. A little bit of white in the orange. Get some water and really get it wet. Get it wet. Take your brush. But I did not say, the All Access membership is $47 a month. I always forget to tell you guys the most important part. Well, kind of. It is important. The All Access membership is $47 a month. It's open now. It only opens twice a year. It's closed on Friday at midnight. The doors close on Friday at midnight, Eastern Standard Time. And there is the link if you're interested in signing up. And then you just flick the brush. Flick. And that puts like little tiny, what looks like little seed pods and stuff. Things. And we'll take some yellow and some white. It's a great opportunity for you to learn to paint, become a better painter. It is a community, there's a community of artists, like-minded folks in there that are doing the same thing you want to do. Learn to paint, become a better painter, and it takes you through the success path, takes you from where you are now to where you want to be in your painting journey, and you will be able to paint. If you are not painting now, you can learn to paint. If you are painting now and you're in the early stages of painting and you want to be a better painter, or if you are painting and you're doing it and you just want to learn more and get better at it, learn more, learn techniques, I'm going to do some pets in there, show some pet painting techniques and stuff like that. That's another Valerie. I call her Valerie all the time. Violet. Sorry, Violet. There's another one that I do that I can't quit doing. Where she wanted to paint a pet, and I haven't had time to do that because I've been doing this Valerie again, Violet. I do apologize. Oh gosh. She's wanting to paint a pet, so I want to, that's part of the All Access membership, is to give you some techniques on how to paint pet portraits. So this evening, though, we painted a field of daisies. So there you go. Is that not cool or what? All right. So there you go. You know how to paint a field of daisies. Have at it. You can take some more grasses and stuff here in the front if you want, but I think that that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So y'all have any more questions? If you have questions, I'd be happy to answer your questions for you. All right. So see, we didn't have the bird. We didn't add the bird, but we did the field of daisies, and I think that's good. That gives you an idea of how that's done, and you can do that on a smaller canvas, or you can do it on a larger one. You can paint it on wood, paint it on whatever you have. So there. All right. Thank you all so much. All right. Heather says she's loving this so much. Daisies are your favorite flower. We had them in the wedding and named your dog Daisy. Ah, yep, that's a fact. I love daisies, and they're one of the easier flowers for me to paint. I like painting the cone flowers and the black-eyed Susans. I like to paint those. Sunflowers, some. I'm not... sunflowers are not one of my favorites. What else? Just different flowers. I'm not a real big... not real good flower painter, but hey, I can paint a daisy. All right, and I can show you how. So, but yeah, you can paint whatever you want to paint. But most people will, like, figure out what they like to paint. In the beginning, you'll paint lots of different things, and it is good to do that because that challenges you and it makes you a better painter. But you'll paint this, and you'll paint that, and you'll paint this, you'll paint that, and then you'll gravitate towards the thing that you are good at and that you enjoy painting. And usually what you enjoy painting is what you're good at. So, there's that. All right. Well, thank you all so much for jumping on here this evening with me. I appreciate you all so much. Take what I've shown you here and learn from it, and implement what you've learned, and practice, practice, practice. And you'll become a better painter. And if you are so inclined to join the All Access membership, it is open now to new members. And like I said, time's running out. Tomorrow is the last day. It'll be open till midnight tomorrow night, Eastern Standard Time. And then it closes, and it doesn't open again for another 6 months. So September 2022, it'll open again. And that gives, like I said, that gives me time to jump in, record videos, get them in there, take care of my members. You have access to over 70 videos when you join, and 3 new videos are added each month, plus what I record inside of the membership from time to time, little quick ones, little short. I've been trying to do that to get folks to paint things that you can get done quickly. Those are in there. We have challenges where you have opportunities to do a challenge, and your name goes into a drawing. If you participate, you get a $25 gift card, not certificate, gift card. So that's once a month. We do that once a month. Q&As, painting critiques, lots and lots more. You go in, and the guide, you have the success path where whether you're a beginner, an intermediate, or advanced, or expert, No matter where we are, we continue to learn. We have to keep learning, just like Heather said. Challenge ourselves to become better painters, and that's how you do it. You find where you are in the success path, you take what you need, you learn, and then you move on to the next step, and you learn and you implement and you practice, and then you move to the next step, learn, implement, practice, and move to the next step. But you have all those painting tutorials, whatever in the library is in the library is yours to paint for as long as you're in the membership. It's all there. But once you leave, you lose it. And when you leave, you can't come back until the membership opens again. So, there you go. All right. Okay, we are done with this evening. I'm going to jump off here, and I shall see you guys on here again tomorrow evening. So, you all take care. God bless you, and I'll see you back on here, like I said, tomorrow evening. Thank you. Good night.